Hi, this is Jaya Ashmore, and this will be the fourth video in my series of tips for beginning meditation. Today I'd like to review and go over a few more ways to lower the alarm system. And lowering the alarm system is something that's an important part of meditation practice and obviously has really a lot of usefulness in daily life. So in various previous meditations, I've talked about one of the number one tips for lowering the alarm system, and that would be feeling the lower body or feeling the body close to the ground, in contact with the ground. A second one that's really helpful is a longer out breath. One way to play with that would be really a game of breathing out as long as you can, as much as you can, kind of pulling the belly in towards the spine. And I like to play this game of when I feel like I've breathed out as much as I can, breathing out then again a little bit more and a little bit more. Not as a kind of torture, but just as a game. And it's interesting to keep finding more and more out breath that can come out. And then simply breathing in as if you could breathe in sort of the freshness of the day or the night right into your belly. Another way to play with a longer out breath is just to invite the out breath, if it wants to, so to speak, to get a little bit longer in a more slow, incremental way. So the first time, maybe it's just a suggestion. Would the out breath like to get a little bit longer? You can play with that now without forcing, just leaving space for the out breath to get a little bit longer. And then the second time, giving that invitation again, another out breath when it comes around for you. And maybe it stretches, gets a little bit more elastic, and a little bit longer. And then maybe a third invitation for a longer out breath. It may or may not be longer, but just the invitation, the chance to leave room if the out breath could be a little longer. And meanwhile, starting to enjoy the sensations of the out breath. Physiologically, the out breath goes along with a slower heart rate, for example. It goes along with various ways that our body takes rest in every time we have an out breath. So we can start to enjoy that natural letting go. And so maybe one more out breath just for fun. And feeling where the out breath is more enjoyable for you, if somewhere is enjoyable. Third way to lower the alarm system would be focusing on breathing in the left side of your body. So you might want to even use a finger to close the right nostril and just simply allowing the breath to be normal, but only passing through the left nostril if possible. If you're stuffed up or whatever, then you can try another time. Our breath, as you may know, alternates, which is the dominant side. So maybe in an hour or two, you'll find that the left nostril is open. But another way to play with that is just to feel the left side of the body while feeling your breath. And that could be with the mouth open or closed. So it could be breathing through the nose or the mouth. But just kind of slightly activating the ability to feel the left side of your body and the breath in the left. So we have feeling the lower body and contact with the ground. We have a longer out breath. We have breathing through the left or breathing in through the left nostril and then breathing out through the right in your own time, or you could slow it down if you want to. Another area is the eyes. So just simply letting the eyes wander around freely, not putting pressure or stress on the eyes, but just activating the muscles of the eyes communicates with the vagus nerve and helps give some rest. If you feel like you really need to turn the volume down, then it can be really fun to play with just looking to one side. Even if you had your eyelids closed, but your eyes are kind of pointing to one side, you might feel some relief for that period of time, a minute or two. And then you could let your eyes go to the other side if you want. Eyes open or closed, it's just the eye muscles that are helping communicate relaxation directly to our nervous system. But also with the eyes, it could be fun to just let your eyes wander and then kind of connect with something. It could be the most ordinary thing, a piece of wood or brick or stone, piece of paper, even something technological, and just simply seeing happen, resting your eyes, and letting the color become more rich, letting the texture be more rich after a while. Or letting your eyes land, maybe passing through a window if you're inside, in connection with a plant or tree. And it could be something as simple as a piece of grass, or it could be as grand as a giant oak tree or whatever. But just simply cognitively keeping in mind that we share breath with trees and plants. And so it's using our mental capacity to know our scientific idea that we breathe out carbon dioxide and the trees and plants absorb that in and they exhale, so to speak, oxygen, which we breathe in. So just with your eyes, this is an exercise from Joanna Macy's deep ecology work. And just a couple of minutes can do magic. I'd also like to suggest that you could keep in mind what are the ways that you naturally calm yourself. So when have been times that you've been anxious or upset or unsettled, wired or whatever, and you felt better after having a conversation with someone, or you felt better after getting really busy, doing some physical work, cleaning something in the house or doing something outside or doing some exercise, or you felt better after writing stream of consciousness for a few minutes. So noticing, or maybe there's other options like just a little bit of self-massage, massaging your feet or ankles or even your hand, kind of really tuning into what would be the kind of pressure and texture that you would more feel held or met by, or what you would enjoy. So those are some simple ways to start to play around with the practice of living without stress, even in stressful situations. That's a human possibility. It's like preparing for maybe the biggest marathon on earth. So preparing, not assuming that you should be able to do it in one day, but gradually practicing. So even when you notice stress, which is actually the first step of all, is noticing, oh, there is stress in my system. And what does that feel like in the body? Meeting that briefly. And then sometimes just meeting the symptoms of stress in the body, feeling how your heart is maybe going a little faster, maybe you feel some tightness in the upper or lower belly, and so on. Just feeling that as natural physical symptoms, not your fault, just a natural physical occurrence, biological occurrence. Gone a little bit awry, but in our modern day, it's very, very common. And there's even the assumption that we must live in stress. And so I'd just like to propose the possibility of practicing towards living stress-free, even in stressful situations. I'd also like to ask you to continue kind of searching, but without effort. So effortlessly searching for moments of goodness and noticing how you feel that in your body. And recently I suggested you could notice what it feels like when there's a sense of relief. And today I'd like to put in a plug for a sense of appreciation. Noticing when appreciation is genuine, how do you feel that in sort of symptoms in your body? Do you feel a lightness, a groundedness, a solidness, a fluidity, warmth, coolness, etc.? So maybe we could just end with a few more longer out breaths together. So inviting your breath to become a little bit more elastic. Enjoying any sensations that are enjoyable while breathing out. Not putting yourself under pressure to try to do something right. What if there's no right and no wrong? There's just the body breathing out into the world. Thank you so much for listening in and also for practicing in your own way, for really going on that courageous path of just finding what are the simple little things that actually connect for you and help you to be more in your skin, more here on earth with the more open heart. So thank you again, and until next time, take care.